So, I don't know how to start this. This is my second day of vlogging ever. December 21st, 2022. And the first day I recorded was last week sometime because I was unable to sleep. Woke up at 2 a.m. Immediately got to work on art stuff because I'm planning to update my shop in January, near the end of January, because that will be 1 year since I launched this iteration of my shop. I want to, like, if you look at my Etsy shop, it'll say it's been there for 11 years. It has not been active for that entire time, and it's gone through several phases. So I don't know if I'm using the footage from that 2 a.m. day. It was a little loopy and weird. That being said, I woke up at 2:45 today, so I'm not doing much better. But it is almost 1:30 p.m. and I just took like a 2-hour lunch break. And by lunch break, I mean I did research on running an Etsy shop. No, well, leaving Etsy. Research on how to start a shop on your own website rather than on Etsy, because let's face it, that's not a long-term. I feel like Etsy's not a long-term solution for people who want to have a career as an artist selling their own art. I mean, I think it's great for just, you're making stuff for fun, you're trying it out, seeing if you like it, making a couple things and seeing what happens, or making several dozen things and seeing what happens in my case. Spoiler alert, I still have several dozen things left. So there's that. I will say, while I'm disappointed in how my shop has done in the past year, it is by far the best it's ever done in any of its other iterations. I think I just made like my 30-second sale, and now the shop is gonna go into vacation mode tomorrow for an entire month while I get ready for the update, because I need a clean slate. I need to like revamp the listing photos and everything, edit some things out where I just like, those things aren't coming back. But on top of the upgraded, revamped, revitalized shop, I want to add a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, I've been on an art block pretty much most of the last 6 months. I mean, I would go through, like this thing, I go through periods where I'm like very intensely into making a ton of art, which is where I currently am as of the past week. But up until that point, I was like hardly anything. I was just not having it. And I mean, part of it's like an ADHD thing, right? Where like you get really into something and you do it like 1,000% for a short amount of time, and then you lose interest and you don't do it again for 6 months. That's just how it is. And like, people who are like, oh, the best way to get better at art is to practice every day. I'm like, that's not happening for me. I'm gonna practice for 12 hours a day for like a week, and then I'm not gonna touch it again for 3 months, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be better than I was when I started anyway, because that 12 hours a day for a week, I make huge improvements in those times, okay? Like, I make the improvement that I probably would have got daily for 3 months without having to do it daily for 3 months. And instead I got to do crochet or cake decorating or whatever. I like making lots of different things. I'm a dabbler. I don't know. Anyway, this is a little bit of like an intro to me. Oh, I'm Paisley, by the way, if you couldn't guess by the name of this channel. I assume I'm using my name for my channel at this point. It's the name for my shop and my art Instagram, so you'll notice I get sidetracked a lot, and I'm not one of those people who goes off on a tangent and then finds where I left off and I pick up with what I was trying to say originally. No, of course not. Of course not. I think I was trying to say that I got really into art in the past week when I got excited about the idea of finally doing something with my shop, finally putting some effort in. I've made next to no effort on the shop for this past year. And so like the fact that I made like 30 sales was kind of incredible, even though I wish I had made 10 times that much or 100 times that much or whatever. Maybe not 100 times that much. That would be, I don't know. Anyway, like I'm not at the point where I'm ready to do like hundreds of sales per update or something. Like people who are like, I'm packing 900 orders this week. No interest. I have no interest in that. Do I want to pack like 3 to 5 orders per week? Heck yes, I would love that. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of art in the past few days. Yeah, I'm tired because I keep waking up at like 3 in the morning instead of my usual like 4 in the morning. 4 to 5 is when I usually wake up, but I've been waking up between 2 and 3 a lot lately because I get so like jazzed about everything that I want to do. I have so many ideas and my brain won't stop. And so I'm just like, well, I might as well get up and start doing them. So yeah, I think yesterday I did about 12 hours of like active working on art stuff, like pretty intensely. And I actually got some stuff done. Usually if I spend hours and hours working on something, I end up with nothing to show for it at the end of the day because I only got like bits and pieces of like 8 things done instead of one thing completely done. But I actually got a few things completely done yesterday and finished up a couple more today, but I've kind of been taking it a bit slower today. So I finally like folded my laundry. I like decorated my planners for next week. I mean, I don't know if any of you out there are planner people or if that's a completely different audience from the like studio vlog art people. Please tell me there's an overlap. Like I definitely want to at some point post like plan with me videos where you put the like happy planner stickers in the happy planner. Like I love that stuff. I love those videos. I love doing that stuff. And it feels really weird and nerdy to say that, but I'm weird and nerdy, so that's okay, I guess. I think I came on here with a point in mind that I wanted to make. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. In any case, I don't have one. Yeah, so like today I made some like test prints of things that I'm planning to, like these are just on like this like, it's kind of nice heavyweight paper, but it's not cardstock and it's not art print paper. But this is a sample of like a postcard that I want to make. I painted these with Posca pens because I thought it would look really cool, and then once it's like scanned and digitized, it kind of looks like I just did it digitally. So I'm like, why did I bother? I like bought extra colors of Posca pens because I was like, I don't have all the colors I want. I need more colors to do this piece. And I could have done it on the iPad. So, and then the controllers that I posted on Instagram yesterday that I'm like, they're really popular in that like 15 people liked it or something. I don't know. But yeah, these I did in gouache and then scanned and cleaned them up for a print, which I think is super cute. And I'm definitely putting this up in my studio, as well as I'm putting the originals up in my living room because my living room is full of a lot of the weird art that I make, and I make a lot of like video game art just for me and my partner. So the last thing I did yesterday while we were playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I have the sea shanties in my head all the time these days. Is this little like thank you card design. I've never done like a thank you card print, like 5x7 print like this. It's got a little like thank you message on the back, but I'm not gonna show you that because there's a code for a discount that you have not earned yet because you haven't bought something from my shop yet, unless you have for some reason, if that's possible. If you're one of the 30 people who's ordered something from my shop already, hi, nice to see you. Please let me know that you're here. And you might not have this code yet, but if you contact me, I can give it to you ahead of time. Now I feel kind of like hyper. I think I'm like probably not needing this coffee right now, but this is a cold brew with eggnog in it because I'm classy. I'm super classy. And also I'm like, why am I drinking cold brew in December? This is Canada. I don't know. I just like it. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what my plan is next. Like I said, I already did a bunch of stuff today, kind of. I mean, most of it was just like cleaning up old print designs to get them ready for the new stuff, finishing up the backside of like my thank you card. I just thought I'd like give you kind of a update since that weird sleep deprived first clip that might not see the light of day. This is what it looks like to update a shop that is not successful at all. We just carry on anyway. I don't know why I did a thumbs up. That was weird. That was weird. Also, the lighting was really bad because it was, again, I think I recorded at like 4 a.m. and I have this like really bright sad lamp on my desk that I shine at my face in the mornings, and it's a dramatic look for a lighting option, let's just say that. Whereas now I have like the indirect sunlight coming in. It is a beautiful sunny day for once, first time in December. And I think it's gonna rain tomorrow and then turn into like a blizzard on the weekend. Merry Christmas. I have to go out of town. I just want to stay home and work 10-hour days for the next week. I don't care that it's Christmas. I just want to keep working on this stuff, even though I have an entire month to get this stuff done before the shop update on the anniversary. But I just really want to get it all done now. But I have to go out of town, so I'm gonna like bring some sketchbooks and my iPad, sketch out some ideas for things. Maybe I'll come up with new stuff. Probably won't be vlogging any of that because I think that'd be really weird if I'm just like hanging out at my partner's family's house or his parents' house and talking to my phone. That'd be weird. I don't know how to segue to the next thing, so like let's just say this is a segue. Welcome to my gouache options. Do I have too many gouache colors? Yes, absolutely, 100%. There are so many of these, like this, and this. They're all the exact same pigment with just different amounts of white in it. And I didn't know how to read pigment information when I first got them, but my reasoning is that I like to have like the same color over and over a lot of times, and I don't want to have to mix it to be the exact same every time. So like there are some colors that are just kind of like my go-to, like shell pink. This is my second tube of shell pink. I think it's my second mustard. It's a little chunkier, but yeah, this really isn't a good angle because nothing's happening in front of you. So I'm gonna pick out my colors and then show you what I picked out and why. Okay, so this is sort of my first palette option that I'm considering. I mean, we'll test it out, but got Cosmos Pink, Shell Pink. Who is surprised? Anyone who knows me is 100% not surprised. Raw Sienna, Ivory White, which I think I have a new one on the way. Mustard, you know, gotta have the mustard. Olive, which is also running quite low, and I think I have a replacement that's like arriving any day now. Misty Green, which is another new one, so it doesn't have the like sticker label on it, which I love having the little labels on them with the color swatch. Highly recommend. And then Ash Blue, because this is my go-to like dark color. Like I often use it instead of like black. It's not super dark, it's just, I don't know, it's a nice color. Anyway, let's see how this goes, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to record my swatching process with a camera in my way. So let us see how this goes. Oh, see, there's my earlier color palette, this is kind of like literally like 5 of these were some of the first 6 colors that I ever bought of gouache, and like the first ones I used for months. So yeah, I've been doing like a lot of florals lately. That is really ugly. I really loved this color palette that I made this morning. These are all like mixed colors though, and I don't think they make a very good floral. I kind of tried, wait. I sort of tried making a floral with them, which is just so dark over here. That probably looks terrible. It doesn't look that bad in person, but it still is not great. There's not enough like value difference. So I'm gonna just, whoop. Yeah, so I'm still trying to like work on color palettes, both digitally and in traditional mediums. Media, I don't know. It feels weird to say media, even though I know it's the correct term, but it's just, I'm so used to it meaning, you know, mass media, or as kids these days probably think of it as social media, but I am old enough to remember when that wasn't a thing. It's really awkward to try and talk through my process of this, especially when this camera arm is kind of jabbing me in the chest pretty much. So I probably need a better setup for this, but I'm not investing in a lot of fancy schmancy things, although I did get a phone mount. Wait. I got this like phone mount tripod thingy for my phone to take videos because it was really annoying not having options of where to put it. And we keep thinking it looks like a machine from like Horizon Zero Dawn. Kind of, it's Watcher-esque, I guess, right? Right? I don't know. Okay. I don't know where I'm gonna start with this. I think I'm just gonna like do some really loose like house-like, I don't know, shapes. Okay, so a house, that's just a box, right? We'll put a little boopy on the, not a booby, a boop-y. It boops out at the side. Do people say that, or is that just like a thing that I say? This one's a little long boy. Boop, boop. Oh gosh, can you just like take a moment to appreciate this? It's like your kindergarten child made you a masterpiece. I do not have a kindergarten child, by the way. That's not even a word, a kindergarten age child. I have no child of any age, young or old, which is nice, because it's nice to kind of finally be like nearing your mid-30s and still not have kids, and people are like, oh, you're serious about not wanting kids. It wasn't just a phase or whatever. Oh my god. Kids are cool and all. I like my nephews. I get to see them at Christmas, so that's cool. They're very small. The oldest one just turned 4. And I haven't seen him a lot because of the pandemic, so I don't know how well he remembers me. I saw him like in the summer, but it had been like 2 years before that. So I'm just some strange lady who just thinks he's adorable. And then like I have a little baby nephew who's just born this year, 2022. So he's like 8 months old or something. Oh my god. I haven't seen him since he was like teensiest little babby. And so I'm excited. As much as I don't want to go out of town, I will get to see the nephews. And probably they will just like let me hold the little one for like hours, because they'll be like, thank God we don't have to deal with him for and I'm just so excited to hang out with him. That is a huge door, or a tiny house. No judgment. No judgment. Why did I pick the most boring color for a door? Like, that's like wood color. These are not supposed to be realistic houses. Like, come on. Get with the program. I want a door. Like, most of my other colors, I guess I could do the blue door here, but like most of the other colors are so similar in value to this mustard that like they're not going to show up enough. Although if I put white trim on the finished ones, I can kind of get away with having similar values close to each other, because like I'm not doing line art, so I need the values to convey the edges, you know? Oh, what am I doing? Can I do yellow windows here? This is probably gonna look bad. Ooh, boy, that's awful. I mean, first of all, I don't have enough paint. And secondly, trying to differentiate between those colors. I mean, you can't even see that because it's wet and I have a light. Okay, I don't know if this helps. I don't have a very good lighting situation in here, like over at my like other desk. The light is beautiful. But here I need a lamp in order to see what I'm doing. I'm like, it's not very profesh to have bad lighting where I do my art, but I'll do a little round window. That doesn't make sense. I should do a round window on the top. Wait, yeah. I mean, these are just really loose. Oh, again, no contrast. Loose, rough kind of thumbnailing, doodly, I don't know. This is not a masterpiece by any stretch of anyone's imagination. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of disappointed. Can Shell Pink save us? I don't know. I might just have to like YOLO it and just try this out. Like I have the sketches on, like I printed them out from my iPad and I'm just going to trace them onto the watercolor paper. So if I mess it up, I can just trace them again. Boop. I'm so uninventive and I just use like green for shrubberies and whatnot. Boop, 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 boop. Grass, huge grass. Grass is taking over everything. Okay. I'm not convinced. So I'm going to do some more palette testing and I will let you know what I end up with. So I did a bit of math. I sketched one page of houses and I have 3 of them. And well, not traced. I traced with the light pad. And that took me about 20 minutes, which was like, okay, fair enough. For 3 of them, that takes about an hour. Okay, fair enough. But what I like to do before I paint them is I like to go over, this is just like a coal erasable pencil. I like to go over it with like a Faber-Castell Polychromos or something that like doesn't really smudge with water, so that I can paint right over the lines and still kind of like see them. And sometimes I like to, you know, use different colors that are similar to like what color I intend to use for that area of the painting. So that probably would take at least another hour to do it for all of these. And it's like, okay, 2 hours, fine. And then I checked on my iPad the time I spent sketching these and refining these sketches and refining them more and like redoing, like, because I did like a first like an inspiration sketch and then I did like my like modified, you know, like fantastical version. I mean, not fantastical, but it's like, it's an imaginary version of these houses. And then I like refined it a couple of times to get like a cleaner sketch. Let's say at least 6 hours plus 2 hours to trace and trace again. So 8 hours to just get the sketches ready to paint for what is supposed to end up being one art print. This does not include the time painting it, which I suspect each one of these pages would take like 2 hours. So like we're talking at least 2 hours, maybe closer to 3 per page. So that's 6 to 9 more hours. So we're talking about like 15 hours. Wait, like 14 to 16 hours, whatever, for getting the paintings done. And then scanning, cleaning them up, putting them together into a print, designing the print, testing it out, blah, 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 blah. I just don't know that it's worth putting that amount of time and effort into the paintings just to scale them into a print. So what I might do is do it digitally, and I might just like cut it down to be 9 of them to start. If I just want to make a print, I think that might be the best option if it's still like something, because I still like these little houses. I still want to do something with them. I may end up doing the originals as paintings, which I'm not going to rush on that in that case. And this gives me a chance to kind of like play with color palettes digitally, which will be a lot easier to like try stuff out and change it and see what I like. And then I can save this sheet as like a sample for once I do decide to do paintings, and I can kind of like do my test color palette. It's maybe something that I want to take a bit more time on, which means they may or may not be ready for the shop update, or it may be something that I like work on over time and they're in a future update, or I might just keep them for myself. I don't know. I don't expect to like make a lot off this stuff. I don't expect to get compensated for the time I put into it. That's not the issue. If I really want to paint these houses, I will paint these houses anyway and just like enjoy the process, right? But they've been stressing me out, and this whole like color palette situation has been stressing me out, and I keep putting it off. Like it's always been like pushed to the back burner for the past week. Because I think it's so much work, and I have so many other things I want to get done for the shop update that I think I don't want to prioritize that. Ugh, my hair is really greasy since I cut it shorter. I don't know where I was going. I think just that I'm gonna pump the brakes on the houses project for now and focus on something else. Although I think today, I don't know what time it is. It's like 3 or something. And so yeah, I've been up for 12 hours and I've spent most of that time actively making art or fixing up art to make products or learning about running an art business. And it's exhausting when you don't get enough sleep. So I don't feel super productive today. I know that's just like a me thing, because like I will like, you know, like at the end of the day, I'll say to my partner, I've done nothing today. I've just done this and this and this and this and this and done this and added this and fixed this and did this and nothing else. And he looks at me like I'm out of my mind. But it's just, I want like immediate success from the things I do. I want to like have everything I start, I want to be good at right away, and I want to be done the same day. Like I want to finish things in one day, but I want to finish like 8 things in one day perfectly. And I want to like already be where I am aiming to be. And like the fact that it takes time is like the most painful thing for someone with ADHD. Like that things take time to progress. Like that's cruel that like life does that to you. Like why would they do that? Who designed that? I don't know. I wish that my little like studio crafty space, whatever, was tidier, but tis what it is. Every time I say tis, which is not often, but I just think of like Morrigan from Dragon Age. Why did she talk like that? Why do I talk like that? Okay, I think I'm gonna be done for today because like, yeah, it's only 3, but I also started working at like 4 a.m. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I just got a lot going on in my brain hole. Brain isn't a hole, but I feel like mine's a hole. Just like a black hole of nothing and everything all at once. Anyway, hopefully I can take some of this footage and edit it into a coherent vlog for you all. And by you all, I mean, what, 3 people might watch this? That would be, you know, impressive. Yeah, we'll check in some other time. It might be tomorrow, it might be a week from now. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's it for now.